Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Maxwell Alexander. Fuck, I fucked up my intro. Shit. Okay, let's try that again. Hey guys, I'm Maxwell Alexander and welcome to my YouTube channel, and if this is your first time, welcome to my YouTube channel. We talk about fashion, lifestyle, and makeup here on this channel, and also some storytime videos and just fun stuff. So if you're into that, then please continue watching this video. If not, you can turn away. I have no hard feelings whatsoever. Just so you guys are aware, this is going to be a very long video because today we are talking about the previous year. 2020. Yeah, I love the sound effects too, by the way. I have my fabulous friend, Natalie von Rotsberg, who you guys have seen in some of my previous videos, like the Vancouver vlogs video. If you haven't checked out that video, go and watch it. It's amazing. But Natalie is here with us, and we're gonna be talking about my crazy ass year, aren't we, girl?
How was it?
Looking back at like January last year, I'm still kind of like flabbergasted as to like what 2020 had in store for us. You know what I mean? Sorry guys, my camera was like doing some weird stuff that I had never seen it do before. So, and this camera is old as balls. This is a Sony, what the hell is this thing? A Sony CyberShot? Sony Handycam. My shit is so out of date. Like my setup might as well be vintage. Not even gonna lie. So I guess we should start in like, what, January. So January, we brought in the new year. Things were going really well for me. I had a job at Hudson's Bay as a skincare specialist, and I was living in a beautiful basement suite with the worst roommate ever. Ever. And I can talk about this now because I don't live with this asshole. And for namesake, because I don't want to put his name out there, I don't want, like, I'm sure you guys will do your own digging and stuff like that and try and figure out who it is. But for namesake, we're just gonna call him Jeff. And for those who know Jeff, he is an asshole. It was difficult times living with him, but I made it through. So everything was good in January and February. I had a job, I had a roof over my head, I had money coming in, so life was sweet. January and February were great. Oh, and I spent my first Valentine's Day not alone.
Oh.
Right? Remember? Because I was with you know who. Another couple names we're not gonna say it on camera right now. It was my first time not spending Valentine's Day alone, and I get why everybody gushes over Valentine's Day, and now I understand also even more why people hate people that love Valentine's Day. When you're single, it's the worst day in the world. When you have a significant other who actually treats you well, it tends to be a very, very romantic and very sweet day. So much happened, I couldn't remember it all. So if you're wondering why I keep on looking at the book, that's why. I have everything written down because my memory is shot. Probably from all the weed I smoke, but you know. And there goes my monetization out the window. March and April, wow. So COVID hits. They're buckling down at work and stuff like that. They're telling us not to come into work if we're sick and whatever. And lo and behold, I end up getting laid off because they can't have so many people in the stores and stuff like that. And because I was only part-time there, I ended up getting laid off. So after I got laid off, I had a massive mental breakdown and was trying to figure out, oh my God, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna make money? Government put out this CERB payment and stuff, which thank goodness for that, because I don't know what I would have done. I'm realizing that I am now going to be off work for some time. I got the brilliant idea to go to Vancouver during the pandemic, during the very beginning stages of the pandemic, which is probably, in hindsight, thinking about it now, not the best idea I have ever had.
I think it was an awesome plan.
I honestly thoroughly enjoyed it, to be honest. So anyway, I literally take the first little bit of my money, and I'm sure if my mom and dad are watching this right now, I'm so sorry. They will understand why.
To Vancouver, and where did you stay?
Yeah, so I booked this vacation to Vancouver because I'm like, you know what? I need a vacation. I just lost my job. I'm panicking. I need to figure some stuff out. I need like just a week to gather my thoughts and like figure out what the hell is going on and just take some time for me, basically, is what this was supposed to be. Anyway, I booked myself an Airbnb for a week in, where was it? It was Gastown, wasn't it?
Yes.
So I stayed in Gastown in this beautiful, beautiful penthouse suite in Vancouver. The airport, can we talk about the airport during a pandemic? Empty. Literally empty. I show up, okay, because they always say you're supposed to show up like an hour before your flight, right? Mm-hmm. Right, roughly. So I show up an hour before my flight. I am through initial check-in and security within 20 minutes. And at my gate within 21 minutes. That's how fast I was able to get through the airport, because there was nobody there. No one. I repeat, no, like this place looked like a ghost town. It was so weird. So literally I'm sitting there for like 40 minutes waiting to board my flight, which was probably the most anxious 40 minutes of my life, because I am sitting in an international airport going to Vancouver during a pandemic, thinking, oh my God, I'm out of my fucking mind. So Kelton met me at the airport, masks on and everything. I had my mask on the entire flight. I sanitized my hands like a million times on the plane. We go pick some stuff up from his place because he lives in Vancouver, and then we head to my flat. So we got to my Airbnb, and then Natalie came and met up with us, and we just spent the week like hanging out, walking around Vancouver, seeing all the sights. We took a midnight trip to Harrison, which was absolutely amazing. And I came home after that trip feeling very much refreshed and head on straight and not so panicky and like craziness, and like I felt like my anxiety just like died at that point. You know, like coming back home was such sweet sorrow. Oh yeah, and I was there for 420 as well. That was another reason why I wanted to go, was because I wanted to spend 420 with my friends in Vancouver, which is like the pot capital of Canada, if you didn't know. Then May and June come along. I didn't really do much. I just kind of like hung out around the house. I redecorated my house like a million times over because there was nothing to do inside. I went on a couple dates that didn't really work out all that well. They were pretty lame. At the end of June, my parents invited me out to the lake. I went out with the girls, which I am no longer friends with, and we'll just leave it at that. Okay, July and August were two of the funnest months of my year because I decided that I was going to do something my mother has been threatening to do to me for years, and that is run away and join the circus. Well, not actually join the circus, but I did start doing some circus-y kind of things. I went to go and see my friend's fire spin for the very first time. It's so cool. And I immediately go to the person holding the group sessions and stuff like that. And I go to her and I'm like, what is it gonna take for me to be able to do that? So I started fire spinning this year, which was like super, super fun. I still have a lot more practice to do. I can't wait until summer when I can get back outside and like go to the park and practice. Then we go into September and October. These 2 months were the biggest life-changing months of my year this year. I started a new full-time job. Natalie's over here giving me snaps. Yes, queen! As I said in the beginning of this video, I lived with one of the worst roommates I have ever had. I was just dying to get out of there. Oh my god, don't even get me started on those cats. They're pissing on all of my stuff. Ruined probably close to about like $2,000 worth of clothing and bags and shoes and all sorts of other stuff around the house. He wouldn't get them fixed. He refused to get them fixed. I decided that I needed to move, but there was all this back and forth between whether or not I was gonna move in with with another friend of mine, or if I was going to stay and Jeff was going to move out. Finally, I decide that I'm gonna start looking for my own place. I have a brand new job. I can actually afford to move out on my own now. So, you know what, let's just do it. So anyway, I moved into my new place at the end of October. It was weird for the first month living alone because I would wake up expecting the cats to be at my door and they weren't. It was super quiet in the house. It's the first time that I've actually lived all by myself, like, ever. It was kind of weird for the first little while, and then December rolled around, and it was finally like all starting to kind of come together, which was absolutely amazing. I find out that one of the people I work with got COVID, and I have been in close contact with them. So, unfortunately, I also had to take 2 weeks off work, and I had to self-isolate for 2 weeks over the Christmas holidays, which sucked.
Well, it would have been difficult, but your tests came back negative. It's still because you're living on your own.
I was allowed to have 2 cohorts coming over, and because my tests were negative, I was still able to spend Christmas with people that I love. Honestly, one of the most magical Christmases I have ever had, you guys. From the food to the company that I was with, it was everything I could have ever wanted for Christmas and more. Year after year after year, I get into either fights with my family, or I'm super depressed and I don't want to do anything and I'll sit at home by myself. And the majority of the time it always ends up being a really shitty day. So to have 3 whole days without any issues and just love and kindness, it really was the one thing that I needed to get me through this year. To end off this year on such an amazing note was kind of the cherry on top of what actually ended up being like an incredible year. Alrighty guys, so in closing, I just want to say, this pandemic has really screwed up. So look out for your friends, make sure you call them, check in on them, make sure that they're okay. Everybody is going through a hard time right now. So just remember that, and remember to be kind to people. Be kind to the people that work in retail right now, and people that are working in grocery stores and stuff like that. They're working on the front lines of this pandemic, and they're very, very vulnerable to catching this if you are not protecting yourself and trying to protect others. So please try to remember that they are just trying to do their jobs the best that they can, and please be nice to them because they work really, really hard to make sure that you have the necessities that you need in your home. I wish you all the best in 2021 and a very, very happy new year to everybody out there in the entire world. Fuck 2020 in the ass. Fuck you, COVID. I'm out. Have a good night, guys, and I will see you in my next video. Peace.